People always gonna... People always gonna do the dumb.
Saturday Night Live has been a comedy institution for 50 years now. It has been an integral player in bringing amazing comedic talent into the spotlight. Today, we here at ScreenRant are listing our 8 favorite SNL sketches from more recent years. Ariana Grande is no stranger to the SNL stage. Her first time hosting in 2016 was a major highlight, but on her third show as host this year, Maybelline stands out as one of the funniest sketches. In this makeup commercial skit, Grande provides an incredible Jennifer Coolidge impression as she acts as Jennifer's, played by SNL cast member Chloe Fineman, mirror reflection. Not only that, but the veteran SNL legend that is Dana Carvey, aka Garth from Wayne's World, appears as another Jennifer reflection towards the end of the sketch. This sketch began with Feynman's Coolidge talking to herself in the mirror and her reflection, played by Grande, responding as they prepared for a date. This included them both trying to pronounce the name of the latest lip product with stereotypical Coolidge success. They talk to one another about how best to prepare for the date, before one final lip check, which is when Carvey appears, dressed in the same flowing pink gown and long blonde wig. Pedro Pascal's first time hosting SNL gave us multiple amazing sketches, from his protective mom character, which he reprised for Bad Bunny's show, but one sketch that is memed continuously is the unforgettable Waking Up. In this sketch, Pascal plays Charlie, a patient who has just woken up from a coma after a bad accident. When he wakes up, he has amnesia and doesn't recognize his sister, best friend, or wife of 8 years. He is very good at answering riddles though, so Dr. Jim, Bowen Yang, is happy there's nothing wrong. As humorous as that is, the crux of the hilarity is the weird California mushmouth that teenage girl-style personality Charlie has since he woke up. The voice is so ridiculous that all the performers struggle to keep a straight face. Lines from this sketch have become staple quotes, such as Saba 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 and oh thank you. But interestingly, the idea for this voice came from Pascal himself. It has been a long running joke with his stylist, Coco Ulrich, and they both speak to each other in the voice when they're joking around. Sometimes all it takes is a steak to steal the show. Ego Nwundum's breakout character Lisa from Temecula first materialized during Pedro Pascal's debut show. It was a really good episode of Saturday Night Live. Lisa had a couple of reprisals since, but her initial appearance is the outright GOAT. She created instant chaos in a simple restaurant setting. Lisa is a mouthy, opinionated character who misjudges simple conversations for flirting and aggressively throws words back. Her insults towards Pascal are funny, but it's when her meal comes that the sketch really takes off. Not only that, but she is a solicitor, a lead litigator on a case against Walmart. Lisa has ordered her steak to be cooked extra well done. Cook my meat becomes a continual catchphrase as she attempts to saw through the leathery food. The execution is pure comedic genius. The physical comedy of the table shaking uncontrollably, the props getting destroyed, and the fact Pascal had to hold her ankle as she stood to cut her steak by brute force had the cast and audience unable to hold it together. Ryan Gosling has been a welcome recurring host of Saturday Night Live since 2015. Although he has only hosted 3 times, his episodes and sketches are some of longtime fans' favorites, so much so that he can reprise characters without any concern that fans won't get the skit. In his latest show back in April of this year, the alien abduction sketch returned, which was an iconic sketch for Kate McKinnon as well. However, Papyrus 2 might be thought of as more under the radar, but it is such a great send-up of James Cameron's iconic Avatar franchise. In the original Papyrus, Gosling plays a man haunted by the fact that the Avatar movie logo uses the generic Papyrus font. The sequel takes this ridiculous obsession to new heights as Gosling spirals into madness over Avatar 2, doubling down on the same design choices. Music culture has always been ripe for parody on SNL, and Rap Roundtable takes it to the next level. This sketch is a brilliant send-up of young, white, and social media rap culture, featuring Timothy Chalamet and Pete Davidson as 2 clueless SoundCloud rappers. This sketch starts with SNL cast member Ego Nwundum as the host None Ya Business, who is seated competed with Queen Latifah and hip-hop historian Roots drummer Questlove. She is also with two fresh new hip-hop artists, Guap Lord and Smoked Cheddar That Ass Getta, played by Davidson and Chalamet. Their ridiculous personas, complete with bizarre outfits and even stranger stage names, clash hilariously with the serious tone of the discussion. This sketch thrives on generational comedy with the SoundCloud rappers' lack of cultural understanding or knowledge of hip-hop history in general. The duo keep referring back to hip-hop as the yee-yee sound and various other ridiculous noises, and mentions their influences are Fall Out Boy and the Kia hamster, before adding that they like TikTok. Questlove tries to keep the peace and says there's space for everyone. Then the crescendo of the ridiculousness is when Davidson and Chalamet's characters stand up to do the most cringeworthy whiny white boy rap as they scream yee and skirt. Chalamet finally cracks, hiding his face in his hands. Eventually Questlove cracks and the two boys get schooled. Pete Davidson's self-awareness has always been one of his comedic strengths, and I'm Just Pete is him at his funniest. In this parody of Barbie's I'm Just Ken, Davidson reflects on his public persona in a way that's both hilarious and oddly endearing. The song is full of goofy yet sharp lyrics about his life as the perpetually underestimated everyman of SNL. This sketch works so well because it leans into Davidson's strengths, his self-deprecating humor, his casual charm, and his ability to turn even the most absurd concept into something strangely relatable. This is Pete Davidson at his peak, funny, self-aware, and unafraid to poke fun at his own fame. John Mulaney's SNL hosting stints are always a treasure trove of memorable sketches. The ex-writer for SNL is known for creating a small musical every time he is hosting. We have had the Bodega Bathroom, sung to pure imagination from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and we've seen Airport Sushi, a wonderful 8-minute musical ensemble sang to America from West Side Story. But Dinner Lobster might just be his magnum opus. This sketch begins innocently enough. Pete Davidson's character orders a lobster at a New York diner, which is a huge no-no, and what follows is a full-blown musical parody of Les Miserables, with Kenan Thompson as the lobster lamenting his tragic fate. The genius of the sketch lies in how quickly it escalates from mundane to completely absurd. What starts as a simple meal order turns into a Broadway-level production, complete with emotional solos and elaborate choreography. Mulaney's knack for blending highbrow references with lowbrow humor shines here, making Diner Lobster a sketch for the ages. Ariana Grande's musical range is on full display alongside her comedic range in Castrato, a sketch for historical music lovers. This sketch is about the first invention of the castrato, a male singer who was castrated before puberty to maintain his beautiful high-singing voice. Grande plays a boy soprano from 16th century Italy, who has been brought forward to musically entertain Prince Enzo, played by Andrew Dismukes. Grande's character, Antonio, is identified as a castrato by his parents, played by Maya Rudolph and Andy Samberg. The parents then pitch the idea to the prince to create an entire choir of castrati. The couple explain in great and casual length the method in which they perform this operation, while Antonio stares on, dead-eyed and haunted by the experience. However, when asked to sing, his voice hits incredible heights, a feat that is still incredible to see Ariana Grande do. Saturday Night Live has always been at its best when it combines sharp writing with over-the-top performances, and these 8 sketches prove the show is still on top of its game. What's your favorite SNL sketch from the recent years? Thank you for watching Screen Rant and stay tuned for more TV news.